City, Kansas was a city founded mostly out of convenience, a stretch of land located at the midpoint between the Arkansas River and the historic Santa Fe Trail. In the mid-1800s, Dodge City, Kansas became a place for frontier travelers and cattle traders to rest their herds and grab a drink at the famous Long Branch Saloon and maybe get in a bar fight or worse. Nowadays, when people think about the Wild West, it's Dodge City, Kansas that they're often thinking about. But the demographics of Dodge City have changed dramatically since those olden days. Think less cowboys and cattle ranchers and more blue-collar jobs and industrial plants. 2 decades ago, the population and the economy of Dodge City began booming, in part thanks to an influx of Hispanic workers coming in for jobs in the local meatpacking plants. The New York Times reported at the time that the workers had revitalized the town, which began to adapt to the changing population. Quote, more than half the home purchases last year were by Hispanic buyers. Banks and stores are looking for bilingual employees. The local paper now publishes a tabloid weekly in Spanish. The school superintendent is studying Spanish. A decade after that report was published, Dodge City became a full-fledged majority-minority city. And since then, the population of Dodge City has grown to a robust, diverse size of 27,000 people. And everyone seemed to have adjusted. Well, not everyone. Among those 27,000 people living in Dodge City are 13,000 voters. And when it came time to vote, all 13,000 of them are expected to go to the same exact polling location. There's only one polling place for all of Dodge City, and it's been that way for the past 20 or so years. The ACLU of Kansas says the average polling location in the state serves 1,200 people. Dodge City's voting population is 10 times that, and yet they still only have the one polling place, which is conveniently located in the predominantly white part of town. And these constraints have had an effect. Again, most of the people who live in this town are Hispanic. Dodge City makes up most of the county's population. But in the last non-presidential election, 2014, Hispanic turnout in that county was just 17%, compared to 61% turnout for white voters. So voting in Dodge City, Kansas, particularly for Hispanic voters, was already an issue. And now it's even worse because that one polling location in Dodge City just got moved outside of the city limits. And this new location is a mile from any local bus stop. The county clerk says they had to make this last-minute move because of the construction going on at the old location. After some prodding from the ACLU this month, she finally agreed to arrange for a special bus service that day to help transport people to the new location, which you can reserve on a first-come, first-served basis. The school district in Dodge City, already noticing the problem here, has said they are more than willing to open up the schools to create more polling locations in Dodge City. But the county clerk so far has refused. The chairman of the local Democratic Party told the Associated Press today that the lone polling place in Dodge City has contributed to a, quote, way below average Hispanic turnout in voting there. And this latest shift is happening at a really crucial time. In Kansas, the Republican Secretary of State, already in trouble with the ACLU this year for making it harder for people to vote in his state, is in a tight campaign for governor with the Democratic nominee, State Senator Laura Kelly. In Kansas, it's coming down to the wire. The concern about what will happen to Latino voters this year extends, by the way, beyond Dodge City. There are also the headlines popping up over the last couple of weeks in which Democratic strategists are airing their concerns that the party may not be doing enough to mobilize Latino voters nationwide, particularly in competitive seats in states like Texas and Arizona and Nevada, where Democrats are actively trying to flip blue, and that also have large Hispanic populations. So if Democrats are trying to reach Latino voters, who they're going to need in order to win those competitive elections, are they doing enough with 18 days to go? Joining us now is Voto Latino president and CEO and MSNBC contributor, Maria Teresa Kumar. Maria Teresa, great to see you tonight.
Great to see you, Joy.
So I think, MTK, that the Dodge City story